I meet so many people in my line of work that really hate their jobs, and for different reasons. Could be just that the job itself is stressful. Maybe they have poor leadership, or maybe it's just not a good fit, or maybe they're experiencing some burnout. So when we inevitably talk about the possibility of them leaving that job and finding other employment, they almost always shrink back. You can see the fear show up on their face. And when I recount to them how they just told me that they were miserable, they will give me these typical 5 excuses why they can't possibly leave that job. Number 1, I'll never make this much money anywhere else. There's this complete belief that they lucked into a job and they're never going to make this kind of money, and they have to stay here, or else they're going to be poor. Number 2, I have family responsibilities like kid or maybe a spouse or maybe aging parents. So they feel this responsibility to other people to make money, and they feel like they can't step out of the role that they're doing because, once again, they'll never make enough money to support these people anywhere else. Number 3, they have painted themselves into a corner financially and have to earn a ton of money just to keep up with a mortgage payment or multiple car payments. Number 4, they want to provide their children with lots of material stuff, so they'd rather be miserable in their work than tell their kids that they can do without phones, cars, clothes, things like that. I'm not a parent. I'm not even going to speak to that. Number 5, lastly, they don't say this one out loud very often, but they do tend to really not believe in themselves, right? So they usually feel like they lucked into this role and they couldn't possibly get another job like this. This ties in directly with number 1, which is that they're not going to make this much money anywhere else. So they stay in these jobs for years. They deny themselves the opportunity to be happy and to find fulfillment in a different position. Now, I certainly don't expect this video to inspire anybody to quit their job and do something that makes them happier. As a matter of fact, I suspect that you'll probably move on to some other video that tells you how to get rich quick, that material wealth will make you happy. But what I have observed is that most people will eventually hit some kind of a bottom. So if they're truly miserable in their work, no matter if these 5 things exist, they will at some point hit a bottom and they will not be able to continue working in these jobs. And the funny thing is that hitting bottom seems to be the only thing that allows most of us to make big changes in our lives, right? Whether it be quitting drinking, you get diabetes or have a heart attack, there's some kind of health issue that happens that makes us change the way that we eat, or we start working out. So here's my hope. My hope for you is that you heard something that sounds familiar. You heard an excuse that you have about not leaving a job, and that allows you to hit your bottom sooner. Hopefully you're hitting your bottom in your 30s or your 40s, and you don't have to wait till you're in your 50s or 60s. So just remember this. You can hit your bottom whenever you want. All you got to do is just stop digging.